Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings living card game, Mirkwood Paths campaign. In this video, we're going to start the third scenario, Escape from Dol Guldur. It's arguably one of the harder scenarios in the game, definitely the hardest in the core box. And we're going to tackle the first quest in this video, and then we'll see how it goes for quests 2 and 3. Before we start, in the description down below, I've thrown a link to the Instagram for this account and the Discord server, so feel free to join either of those, keep up with all the games I'm playing, chat with some of the fellow viewers, everything like that. But otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into the game. Escape from Dol Guldur. You are playing campaign mode. Setup. Put Mendor into play. Attach Appointed by Fate to a hero of the first player's choice. Forced. When a hero would be randomly selected to be a prisoner, the prisoner from the campaign log is selected instead. Each card attached to that hero is turned face down until that hero is rescued. Mendor is captured as well. Place Mendor face down next to the prisoner. This does not cause him to leave play. Flip this card over. Your guide, Mendor, has also been taken by the enemy. Response. After the first objective is claimed, flip Mendor face up and place 1 damage token on him. The Necromancer's Tower. The Lady Galadriel of Lorien has asked you to investigate the area in the vicinity of Dol Guldur. While doing so, one of your allies was ambushed by orcs, captured, and is now being held in a dungeon cell. Setup. Search the encounter deck for the 3 objective cards, reveal and place them in the staging area. Place the Nazgul of Dol Guldur face up but out of play alongside the quest deck. Then, shuffle the encounter deck and attach 1 encounter to each objective card. Alright, so we have everything set up on the board here. We've had a chance to read the campaign card and the first quest card, but before going any further, let's actually do some of the setup on screen because it's pretty important. So, we've put Mendor into play. The next thing we have to do is attach Appointed by Fate to a hero of the first player's choice. So I have a copy of that right here, and I'll go ahead and read this for you. Appointed by Fate. Attached hero collects 1 additional resource during each resource phase. Now the problem is, we don't yet know which of our heroes is going to be the prisoner and where we're going to be lacking resources, so we have to just make our best judgment. Now, as is typically the case, Aragorn is pretty much my strongest hero, and I have reason to want this card on him. So I'm going to go ahead and put Appointed by Fate on Aragorn. So now he has, from the previous parts of the campaign, a copy of Valor, just like Legolas, and the new Appointed by Fate card, which is very helpful. Now the next part, Force, does not actually happen until we're instructed to take someone prisoner, and that part comes now. So, as you heard for our quest card, I searched the encounter deck for the Nazgul and the 3 objective cards. So the Nazgul, we're going to put him out of play over here, just next to our quest setup, and he'll come in later, don't you worry. And then we're going to take our 3 objective cards and put them in the staging area. And the last thing we're going to do before flipping our quest is that our encounter deck is shuffled, and so we're going to attach 1 encounter to each objective card. So let's go ahead and first look at our objective cards, because this is a brand new element to the campaign. So first we have Dungeon Torch. It's guarded and restricted. Action. Raise your threat by 2 to claim this objective when it's free of encounters. When claimed, attach Dungeon Torch to a hero you control. Forced. At the end of each round, raise attached hero's controller's threat by 2. So that's the Dungeon Torch. We have the Shadow Key, also guarded and restricted. Also raise your threat by 2 to claim this objective when it's free of encounters. When claimed, attach it to a hero you control. And Forced, at the end of each round, attached hero suffers 1 damage. And finally, we have Gandalf's Map. Also guarded and restricted, same action, and attached hero cannot attack or defend. So with these objective cards, and with the guarded keyword, essentially what happens is these are going to come into the staging area, and we're going to reveal 3 cards from the encounter deck that will guard these objectives. If it's an enemy, we have to defeat that enemy so that the objective is no longer guarded. If it's a location, we have to fully explore that location in order to free up the objective. And if it's a treachery card, we resolve the treachery, it goes away, and the objective is open. Now, each of these, as you saw, once you claim it, has a negative effect, so you have to be very smart about when you actually claim them. Gandalf's map is probably the easiest one to get around. Attached hero can attack or defend, but for example, the Shadow Key, at the end of every round, one of your heroes is going to suffer 1 damage. That's going to end you in anywhere from 3 to 5 turns, so you probably want to save that one for last. So anyway, that's our setup there. Now we're going to reveal those encounters one at a time. So first, we have Mountains of Mirkwood. Travel, reveal the top card of the encounter deck and add it to the staging area to travel here. So Mountains of Mirkwood is going to be guarding Gandalf's map. Then we have Great Forest Web, another location. Travel, each player must exhaust 1 hero they control to travel here. That's going to be guarding the Dungeon Torch. And then we have our Cavern Guardian, Doomed 1. So unfortunately, right away, we're both players are going to go up a doom. So we'll go 30 here, 28 here. And he is going to guard the Shadow Key. All right, that is now all of our setup. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over, and that's where the fun begins. When revealed, randomly select 1 hero card among all the heroes controlled by the players and turn it face down. That hero is now considered a prisoner, cannot be used, cannot be damaged, and does not collect resources until it is rescued. The players as a group cannot play more than 1 ally card each round. Players cannot advance to the next stage of this quest unless they have at least 1 objective card. So, there you see, we need at least 1 objective and 9 quest counters to get through this quest. Both players here, as a group, can only play 1 ally per round, which makes it really difficult to get a good board state. And now we have to take our prisoner. So normally, in the first edition of this game, you would have chosen at random, but because of the campaign conditions, we already read that when it would be random, you actually refer to the campaign log from the previous quest. So if you didn't watch the previous quest, essentially you had to record which of your heroes took the most damage, and if there was a tie, then they're all susceptible to this condition. So in the last video, we were able to finish with Legolas, Aragorn, and Éowyn with no damage at all, and Theodred, Barivor, and Denethor, let's actually keep them in the same order here, they all took damage. So we have to randomly choose one of these to become our prisoner, and we're just going to roll a dice. So we're going to roll a d6. Denethor will be 1 through 2, Barivor 3 through 4, Theodred 5 through 6, and it is a 4. So Barivor is going to be our prisoner. And you'll see now why this Appointed by Fate is kind of tough for that, but it was the best thing I could do. So, Barivor is going to flip face down, and she is basically out of the game right now until we can rescue her. And Mendor is also going to flip face down. Now, Mendor, we need to remember that he gets freed from this campaign card. He gets freed as soon as we claim our first objective. So I'm going to put this over here just so I don't forget, because we don't want to forget Mendor once we claim that objective. Okay, now I know this quest has a lot of setup, but I think we are finally good to go. We've taken our prisoner. Mendor's out as well. So we're going to start with 3 heroes over here and only 2 over here. Our threat has already gone up 1 because of the Cavern Guardian. We have our starting hands. One of our viewers actually recommended in the Discord, which if you're not a part of, you should join the server. Links in the description. Someone recommended maybe going really quickly through the starting hands to give players an idea of what's a good keep and what's a good mulligan. So I won't go through these in high detail, but essentially when I look at my hand over here, Test of Will, it lets you cancel a When Revealed effect, always good to have. We have a couple low-cost allies. Snowborn Scout only costs 1, that's always good. And then here's a very good one, Celebrian Stone. When you put it on Aragorn, not only does he become a better quester, he can also, his resources can pay for the spirit icon, which is blue. And so now, because of this appointed by fate, he's going to get an extra resource every turn, which means we have double the resources to pay for either purple or blue. I was hoping Theodred actually became the prisoner, because then that would make up for that deficiency, but we got to roll with it. And then now on the left side here, always when I play red tactics, I always want to start with a feint. It's the one that basically stops an enemy from attacking. Once again, we have a couple low-cost allies that we can put into play. And we also have this secret paths. Choose a location in the staging area until the end of the phase. It doesn't contribute its shadow to the quest phase. So just very good to have in general. So I liked these hands. I always try to look for Gandalf's as well, or a sneak attack in the leadership colors, but I liked where we were at. So without further ado, I know that was a mouthful of setup. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, we have to do our resource phase. And again, Beravor will not be gaining resources here. So we're just going to give one to everyone else. And then we will draw a card on both sides. That's a good one. And that's a pretty good one. So let's go ahead and go into the planning phase. First, what I'm going to do is I will spend one purple resource to play Snowborn Scout. When he enters play, choose a location, place one progress token on that location. I'm going to put it here on Mountains of Mirkwood. It's already there because I had a small cut in the video. I had to misplay this early on. But we're going to want to free up Gandalf's map, so we're going to put the progress token there. And then I'm going to spend 2 purple, one off Aragorn and one off Theodred, to play Celebrian Stone. Attached to a hero, restricted. Attached hero gains +2 willpower, and if the attached hero is Aragorn, he gains the spirit resource icon. So what that means is his resources can be spent as blues and purples. So very, very good combo there. And I think that's all we're going to do on this side. On our left, I could play something, but I kind of want to keep up these resources because I only have 1 green hero and 1 red hero, and that kind of makes me nervous. So let's go ahead and jump into quest phase. Eowyn's going to commit for 4. Theodred's going to commit for 1. Him committing I can put a resource on Aragorn, and then Aragorn will commit, and when he commits to a quest, spend 1 resource to immediately ready him. That's the Aragorn-Theodred combo we've been doing this whole time. And Aragorn gets +2 because of our Celebrian Stone, so that's 4, 8, 9. Something a friend recently taught me is to use a d20 to keep track of your committed willpower so that you don't have to keep recounting. So we're at 9 right now. And then what I will do is I'll go ahead and, I should have done this during the planning phase, I'm going to exhaust Denethor. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may move it to the bottom if you want to. So we have an Endless Caverns. It only is 1 Shadow, Doomed, 1 Surge. I don't want to deal with Surge right now, so we're actually going to throw that on the bottom, which could be risky, but we'll see. And then remember Eowyn's ability. Discard a card from your hand to give Eowyn +1 willpower until the end of the phase. This effect may be triggered by each player once each round. So I will actually do that. I'll discard a Wandering Took from this hand, and she'll go up 1. That'll bring us to 10. And over here, I will discard... I don't know if I actually want to discard anything over here. I think I'll hold there. So we'll go with 10. So we're going 10, and there's already 6 out here. So little tough, but that's what we got. So let's see how we do. We're going to flip 2 cards. First one, Driven by Shadow. When revealed, each enemy in each location currently in the staging area gets +1 shadow until the end of the phase. If there are no cards in the staging area, this gains Surge. So each enemy and each location. So that just brought us up 3. So that's 9. 9 total right now. Oh yeah, a friend also said to use this to keep track of the shadow in the staging area. So we're at 9. And then finally, oh, we have another Cavern Guardian. So doomed 1, we will each go up 1 threat. That is unfortunate. And now this would be at, because this was not out when that card was revealed, so it wouldn't get that +1. I don't believe it would. Yeah, currently in the staging area. So it wouldn't get that +1, but we're still at 11 total. So I kind of wanted to save this, but now seems as good of a time as any. I'm going to spend 1 green resource off of Denethor to play Secret Paths. Choose a location in the staging area. Until the end of the phase, that location does not contribute its shadow. I'll just choose this one. They're both at 3 right now. So we go down 3, which will bring this to 8. And that will give us 10 against 8. We'll go ahead and put 2 quest counters on our quest here. And now our quest is fully resolved. So we'll go into the travel phase. And we will travel to the mountains of Mirkwood. So I will just put this, kind of got a lot going on here, but that's all right. I'll put it here. We already had 1 on there. To travel here, reveal the top card of the encounter deck and add it to the staging area to travel here. And response, after Mountains of Mirkwood leaves play as an explored location, each player may search the top 5 cards of their deck for 1 card and add it to their hand, and then shuffle. So we'll reveal 1 card from the encounter deck. It's going to be a Great Forest Web. So we have 2 of those out right now. Okay, travel phase is now done. So we'll go into the engagement phase. We're allowed to each do 1 optional engagement. Kind of in a tough spot right now, actually. Can I take both of these guys? Because I don't really want to block with Legolas, but these guys are going to kill my Snowborn Scout, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So, oh, does that even? Yeah, all right. We're going to optionally engage one of the Cavern Guardians, and then the other one is going to mandatorily engage us because we're the first player over here. So we're going to get 2 Cavern Guardians on us here. And now we will go into attacks. So first we will deal shadow cards. Order doesn't matter here since they're both like that. Now we'll choose defenders. So this one is going to attack. We'll block with our Snowborn Scout. So we're going to attack against 1 shield. Oh man, King Spider's a good one to get rid of now. Shadow. Defending player must choose and exhaust 1 character they control, 2 characters if this went undefended. So unfortunately, Aragorn is the only character I have, so I have to exhaust Aragorn. That sucks. And then now he will have killed the Snowborn Scout, so sad. And now unfortunately, this guy, I have no blockers, so he's going to be swinging for 2. And no shadow effect, luckily. So one of our heroes needs to immediately take 2. I'm going to do Aragorn because remember, with his Valor, he's able to heal himself slowly, but still able to heal himself. So Aragorn's going to take 2. Now I get a chance to attack. I will attack with Legolas because he has ranged, so he can attack enemies engaged over here. He's attacking for 3. Our Cavern Guardian only has 1 shield, so we'll deal 2 damage, and it only has 2 HP. So let's go ahead and kill this Cavern Guardian, because that will at least free up one of our objectives, even though that's the worst one. But then Legolas has an effect. After he participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, place 2 progress tokens on the current quest. Those cannot go on the current quest because we have an active location. So that will put 2 there. And voila, that fully explores our location. And so now, after Mountains of Mirkwood leaves play as an explored location, each player can look at the top 5 cards of their deck take one to their hand, and then shuffle. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and resolved all of that. Over here I got Dwarven Tomb, and over here I got a second copy of Feint, because Feint is going to really save us some heartache later on. Okay, so our location is going to go away. We fully resolved it. We did everything we needed to do. Let's go ahead and enter the refresh phase. All of our guys will ready up. We will each go up 1 threat, so 32 and 30. Our first player marker will switch over here. And now we can go ahead and go straight into the resource phase. So Denethor will gain 1. Legolas goes up to 2. Aragorn will gain 2 because of his appointed by fate. And Theodred will get 1. And Éowyn will get 1 over here. And then we will draw a card. And oh, that is awesome. Okay, cool. So we are now good to start. We'll go with the first player over here. Let's see. We can now claim both of these objectives. The Gandalf's map is usually the one we want. So raise your threat by 2 to claim this objective. When claimed, attach it to a hero you control. So we have a couple resources to spend over here. We do have one enemy that we're going to want to make sure we have a chance to kill. I kind of like this one over here. So we're going to spend 2 red off of Legolas to play Gondorian Spearman. He has Sentinel, just like Aragorn. And after he's declared as a defender, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. And then we'll go ahead and keep Denethor's 1 green resource open. Now over here, my first action, I actually am going to claim Gandalf's map. So to claim it, I have to raise my threat by 2. I'll go to 34. But then I'm going to attach it to Éowyn because the condition for Gandalf's map is that the attached hero cannot attack or defend, and she pretty much never does those things. So we now have our 1 objective. We just have to get 7 more quest counters to progress. And because we just claimed our first objective, because of the campaign, we will get Mendor back. It says, after the first objective is claimed, flip Mendor face up and place 1 damage token on him. The first player gains control of Mendor, so Mendor will go over here, and he will have 1 damage on him. Awesome. Okay, so that was my first action for over here. I have a few resources that I could spend. The question is what? I can't play an ally. I've already done that. So what we will do is I'll spend 1 off of Aragorn for purple and 1 off of Theodred to play one of the best cards in the game, Steward of Gondor, attached to a hero. Attached hero gains the Gondor trait. Exhaust Steward of Gondor to add 2 resources to attached hero's resource pool. We already have a lot of purple and blue over here. I can attach it to any hero. It doesn't have to be a hero I control. But looking at my hand, because I could throw it on Denethor to give him some more resources, which wouldn't be terrible, or even Legolas. I think I'm actually going to put it on Legolas. Now remember, it doesn't say attached to a hero you control. It says just attached to a hero. So I'll put that on Legolas because Aragorn's already getting a decent amount. And then I will exhaust that to immediately give Legolas 2 resources. So that is a little risky. I wasn't planning on doing that, but could be kind of helpful. And then I will, let's see, I want to keep up some stuff here. I'm going to spend 1 off Aragorn for a blue because he has Celebrian Stone, and 1 off Éowyn, so 2 blue total for Unexpected Courage attached to a hero. I can exhaust it to ready the attached hero. That is going to go on Aragorn. So Aragorn has a lot going on right now, but that's kind of exactly how we want him. And that's all. That's all we're going to do there. So now let's go ahead and go into our quest phase. I guess first I will tap Denethor to look at the top card here. Under the shadow. When revealed, until the end of the phase, raise the total shadow in the staging area by X, where X is the number of players. So it'll go up 2. Right now, it's already at 4, so that's going to bring it to 6, and this counts for a flip. I'm actually going to keep that there. I think I'm okay with that. So we'll keep it there. Eowyn's going to commit for 4. We're going to do the Theodred Aragorn combo, so that's going to put us at 9 every time. So we're already at 9. We have Mendor and Legolas. I kind of want to keep them up. Let's go ahead and do Mendor, so that'll at least bring us to 10. And then do I have anything I want to discard to beef up Eowyn? I kind of want to keep this. This could be really risky. I'm going to get rid of Horn of Gondor. I just don't think I'm going to need it with what I have. So that's going to beef us up to 11. And then over here, I think I might actually stay put. So we'll be at 11. So 11 against 4 currently. Let's go ahead and flip. So we already know this one. We're going to add 2. So this is going to be at 6 right now. And then we'll do one more flip. Necromancer's Pass. It counts for 3, and to travel here, the first player must discard 2 cards from their hand at random. So we don't have to re-guard our objectives, it's important to note. So that brings us up by 3, so that'll take us to 9. So we have 11 against 9. That's going to put 2 more over here, bringing us to 4 total. Man, we're making kind of slow progress, but that's okay. All right, we've now resolved the quest. Let's do our travel phase. Both of these have the same thing. Each player must exhaust 1 hero they control to travel here. Must exhaust. Okay, so we don't have. All right, I think we're fine. So we'll do the Great Forest Web. So we're gonna travel there. Each player must exhaust 1 hero they control. So we're going to have to exhaust Legolas and Aragorn, but then I'm going to tap my Unexpected Courage to ready Aragorn once more. And that's fine, because now we'll go ahead and enter combat. So first, let's deal a shadow card, and then we are going to block with our Gondorian Spearman. So he's going to tap. We're going for 2 against 1 shield. And after he's declared as a defender, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. So that will automatically put 1 damage on him. Shadow, he just gets stronger. It's the Dol Guldur Orcs. He gets a little bit stronger. So that's fine, because he was going to kill our dude anyway. So he will kill the Gondorian Spearman. Man, a lot of board. Because now, the reason I wanted to do that is I'm going to attack with Aragorn. Our Valor will trigger, Valor. After attached hero is declared as an attacker, exhaust Valor, heal 1 damage from attached hero, and deal 1 damage to the enemy you're attacking. So Aragorn will heal 1, this guy will take 1, and he only has 2, so he'll go ahead and die. That's kind of why I let Aragorn take that damage earlier, because we do have the ability to heal ourselves. And now our board is clear of enemies, and we got a couple locations out here, but we already have an objective. We're making good progress. Let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, all right, so we've gone ahead and done our resource phase and everything. Forgot to refresh a couple items. That's all right. I'll go ahead and exhaust the Steward of Gondor to give Legolas an extra 2, so he will be at 5 now. And now let's go ahead and go into the planning phase. Again, remember, we can only commit 1 guy at a time. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay put, hoard some resources. I like that. And then over here, we're going to spend 2 green to play Gleowin. Exhaust him to choose a player. That player draws 1 card. So let's go ahead and actually do I want... No, I don't want to do that just yet, because I kind of want to use the willpower there. Okay, so I think that's honestly all I'm doing here. That's the 1 ally that I'm going to play. And you know what? Scratch that. Take that back. I'm going to spend 2 red instead. So go Legolas down to 3. to just play Veteran Axe Hand. He doesn't have an effect. He just has, he can fight a little better. So let's go ahead and do that instead. Okay, then I'm going to exhaust Denethor to take a peek at the encounter deck here. The Necromancer's Reach, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. That is a good one to avoid. So we're going to do just that. We're going to put that one on the bottom. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to quest phase. So Éowyn will go for 4 as always. Theodred Aragorn combo, that's going to bring us to 9. Same thing every time. Then I think we're just going to stay at 9. We currently have 5 out in the staging area. So we're going to go 9 against 5. Do I also want to do Mendor to bring us to 10? I think I do. So let's do Mendor to bring us to 10. And then now I will discard to beef up Éowyn just a little more. So we'll discard a Guard of the Citadel over here. And then over here, we will discard... I might want to hold on to this, I feel like. We're going to discard Blade Mastery over here. So that's going to beef Éowyn up by 2, bringing us to 12. So we're at 12 against 5 right now. Let's see what we can do. All right, 12 against 5. Flip 1. Enchanted Stream. Okay, another location. So that brings us to 7. And wow, another location. Endless Caverns. That had, oh shoot, that's going to bring us to 8. And then that has Doomed 1 and Surge. So we're each going to go up a threat. That's kind of a dumb one. I feel like that's not very fair. So now we got to go up 1 more. And wow, another Enchanted Stream. We are getting a ton of locations here, which makes our job really tough. So that's going to bring us to 10 total. Yeah, we're making slow progress. Did I count right? 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. So we're only going to get through 2, but we are going to get through our Great Forest Web because that only has 2 on it. And that will actually free up another objective. So that's good news, at least. Unfortunately, we didn't do anything here, and we have no enemies, so this is kind of difficult. We got to do another travel phase. We might as well go to the next one because it's contributing 2, and all we have to do to travel there is exhaust a hero we control because nothing's going to happen here. So, all right, so to save a little bit of time, we have a ton of locations out here. We're just going to skip straight to the next turn. Let's go ahead and I'm going to switch a little bit here. We'll spend 2 off Aragorn for blue and 1 off Éowyn, so 3 blue total. We're going to play Lorien Guide. When he commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on the active location, so that'll help us get through these a little quicker. But again, we have so many resources, but we're not allowed to play our allies, which makes this kind of difficult. And I have 1 card in my hand that I would like to play, but I just don't think it's the right time. So I'm going to hold on to it. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. I think I did that out of order, but that's okay. Yeah, otherwise I really don't have anything else I can do. So let's just exhaust Denethor to take a peek here. And it's a Dol Guldur Orcs. When revealed, the first player chooses 1 current character currently committed to the quest. Deal 2 damage to that character. Do I want to keep that? It's going to add 2. I do not want to keep that. I know it's an enemy. Maybe I should. Because we could put that on Aragorn. Or Legolas. We could put it on Legolas. Because then this guy... Okay, I think we actually will keep that. But you know what? Actually, yeah, I think I have a... No, yeah, okay. I have a good idea. So let's stick with that. So let's go ahead and commit to this quest. So Lorien Guide, he's going to commit and immediately put 1 quest counter on our location here, on our active location. So that's 1. And then we're going to do our normal combo here. So that's going to be 9 plus 1. We're going to be at 10 automatically to start. And then we already know one enemy is going to come out. We're going to do Mendor as well, so that will bring us to 11. And then over here, I will discard a Gleowin to bring us to 12. And then over here, I will discard... I actually don't think I'm going to discard anything over here. So unfortunately, we're going to stay at 12 because we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, that is nasty. Nope, you know what? We're going to do it. We'll discard Guard of the Citadel to bring us to 13 because we're just getting location screwed here, which is not good. Making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, okay, so we already know the first flip. It's going to be Dol Guldur Orcs. When revealed, the first player chooses one character currently committed to a quest. Deal 2 damage to that character. Let's actually put that on Legolas, because he also has the ability to heal himself. So we said, what was this? We're at 13 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So already at 10. Not good. Okay. The Necromancer's Reach. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. So, Mendor will take a damage. Lorien Guide will take a damage. Eowyn will take a damage. And Denethor will take a damage. That's okay. That is okay. Because now we've at least resolved this by 3. So that will put 1 on our location. And that will finish. And then 2 more here. So we're at 6 there. All right, that will solve that. And now let's do our oh man, I don't want to travel to Necromancer's Pass because I don't want to discard anything at random. So for our travel phase here, let's just do one of these enchanted streams. We can't draw cards, but that's okay. I really don't want to discard cards right now. Then we will go ahead and do our encounter phase. We can do our optional encounter first. This guy swings for 2, and he could survive that. Do we need anyone else doing this? I kind of don't want Aragorn blocking, even though he can. You know what? That's fine, I think. This could be very risky, but let's try it. So I'm going to optionally engage over here. I have my reasons. Why is Theodred ready? Should Theodred... Oh, I think I forgot to exhaust Theodred for the quest, so he would have actually taken 1 damage as well. I don't think anything happened that would have readied him, so we'll just play it like that. Okay, let's resolve our attack. So Aragorn is going to defend, and then immediately I'm going to tap our Unexpected Courage so that he readies. Forgot to deal Shadow card, but he's swinging for 2 against 2 shield. Shadow, wow, to Dol Guldur Orcs. Attacking enemy gets +1, +3 if it was undefended. So he'll actually now be swinging for 3. Aragorn only has 2 shield, so he will take 1 damage. That's totally okay, because now what we're going to do is we're going to attack the Dol Guldur Orc with Aragorn and Legolas. Both of them on attacks are going to get to heal because of their valors, and then they're going to ping the Dol Guldur Orc for 2, and then the attack is obviously just going to kill it outright. And because Legolas participated in that attack, we'll get to do 2 progress on our current quest, which instead will go to the location, which means now we can draw cards, and now we have no active locations, and we are in a much better spot. Let's go ahead and jump to the next turn. Okay, so we're ready to go. I tapped Steward of Gondor so Legolas could get more resources. I think, and with what I drew over here, we're going to be in a very good spot. We only have to get 3 extra ones here. So here is what we're going to do. So on this side, kind of a no-brainer here. We're going to pay, let's see, we're going to pay 2 purple there and 2 purple here to play Faramir. I can exhaust Faramir to choose a player. Each character controlled by that player gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase. So I'll do that during the quest phase. But that is a very, very, very good card because it's going to probably push us over the edge here finally. It's the only ally I can play, so I think we're just going to move on after that. So now we're going to go for 4, 5. So same thing every time here. This is giving us 9. And then we'll go with Lorien Guide. He won't get his trigger, but that will bring us to 10. We'll keep Mendor up. And, oh, I forgot to do Denethor. Let's go ahead and let's do Denethor's ability real quick. So let's look at this. Caught in a Web. The player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of their heroes. Attached hero does not ready during the refresh phase unless you pay 2 resources from that hero's pool. So that would go over here. That's not good. So let's bottom that because that is a tough one. Well, you know what? Actually, let's keep that and you'll see why. I'm okay with that. Let's keep that on top. So we have 9, 10, and then we'll keep up everybody else. So 10 to start. And I'm going to exhaust Faramir. So this player, each character controlled by that player gets +1 willpower. So I committed with 4 people here. So that will basically be an additional 4. So that's going to bring us up to 14. And do I want to beef up any? Can I beef up any? Yes. We'll discard a Daughter of Nimrodel to bring us to 15. And then now we definitely should have it. So we'll keep our cards over here. Okay, so we are committing to the quest for 15. Currently over here, there's just 6, and we only need 3 to get through this. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. So first card we flip is that Caught in a Web. However, I'm going to pay 1 blue off of Aragorn to play a Test of Will. Cancel the written revealed effect of a card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. So we will just cancel that outright. And now we'll flip one more card. And it's King Spider. Oh, man. Shoot. Well, that's maybe okay. So King Spider comes out for 2. That's going to bring us up to 8. When revealed, each player must choose and exhaust 1 character they control. So we got to think about where he's going to go. Because he will engage. We could come here and maybe use a feint, or we could come here and block, maybe get him killed. Oh, that's tough. Kind of wish maybe that would have been better saved, but choose and exhaust 1 character they control. So we will do, I guess, our Axe Hand and Mendor. So that resolves. Now we're good. So we have 15 on this side, 8 on this side. We're going to deal 7 over here. So this location will now be done. And because we can complete this because we control a objective, and then Mendor's ability will trigger. After a quest is defeated, ready Mendor, then each player draws 1 card. Awesome. That is great. And that's pretty good. Okay, then each player draws 1 card. So we have now finished this quest. We've resolved everything. So we're going to end the video here, and in the next video, we will flip over our quest and see what happens in the Escape from Dol Guldur. Whew. All right, there we go. We made it through quest 1. Again, this game is just so good, and that was a real fight, but so far I feel pretty good about our board state going into quest 2. In quest 2, things are going to get pretty intense. You're going to get to see some really cool stuff. So as always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.